I'm Alex.
And I'm Teddy.
And I'm Spencer.
And we are
The Button Mappers.
Hey, the Button Mappers.
Hey everyone, it's my month.
Woo!
Here on the Button Mappers. You may hear my second voice. That's my better half. Chantal has joined us today.
I am here to join and participate. Thank you.
Thanks for making Petty Month that much better. Hey Alex, hey Spencer.
Hey, I'm also here to celebrate Teddy Month, and I have my better half, Spencer, with me.
And I had my better half, Alex.
Aww. We're going to get along this month.
We love it.
Just wait till the map out.
Alex is loving this map out. Yeah, Spencer.
It's a good month. I tell you, it's from what I know that's planned. It sounds like it's Teddy Month, but it's actually Alex Month too.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
as well, it is also Alex Month. Yeah.
the day that this game talk actually airs is August 1st, and tomorrow, August 2nd, is my birthday.
Yeah.
Hey.
Happy pre-birthday.
Thanks. Future me. Recording this in July.
Yes. He should know.
Enjoy your pre-birthday episode.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, maps, mittens, buttons, butts. We have, for Teddy Month, a specialty. Also, the community question. One lucky responder who's not us will be picked and dubbed the third question master. That means you get to ask 2 questions in game talks. Previously, the first one was Terry 309, and it was, or still is, VG Mashup, who will dethrone VG even after his renaming.
What is his name now? Like PXN or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
EXN Network. No, that's the Itch Network. Speaking of P, what else reminds you of P?
What?
Segue. It's a bad segue, but
When I have to pee, I listen to podcasts on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, where you can find the Button Mappers. And also, after you're done peeing, head on over to the Discord and let us know how long you peed.
Hopefully you didn't pee for
timing.
Hopefully you didn't pee for too long, because you need to make sure you head on over to YouTube, which is probably where you're listening to us / watching us while you pee. That's where I do it. And I would hit the like with if you got a free hand. I mean, we don't know, but I don't want to judge. But if hit the like and hit the subscribe button, got to be awfully dexterous. And I don't recommend this. Maybe wait till after, but leave us a comment and a question for next month. What's next? Do we have a plan for next month?
What is next month? Do we have? I don't
Dad
know.
Month.
Is it Dad month?
Dad Month, yeah.
Dad Month is next month.
Oh,
Holy
wow.
crap. I didn't realize it.
So leave us a
All our fathers
question
out there.
related to dads in gaming, or just dads in general. I don't know. I guess.
Your work. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah. Excellent.
Very cool. It's a good dad month. Bad dad.
Well, before we do game talk and talk about our games, we usually answer questions from YouTube. Teddy, do you want me to get started?
By all means, these were supposed to be related to me. Let's find out how well the viewers did.
Well, so far, 1 for 1. Terry asks, Terry 309, of course, which PS2 game should Teddy play? While the others are answering this, Teddy can tell us when he plans on finishing his PS2 backlog. So for us, it's which PS2 game should Teddy play?
I'll go first. I actually don't recommend Teddy play any PS2 game because he doesn't enjoy the PS2. Um, I would recommend Teddy buy an original Xbox and play PS2 games that were also on the original Xbox because the PS2 is crusty, and I agree with Teddy that it's hard to enjoy it on a modern display. So, my answer: just buy an Xbox.
He knows me so well.
Anybody got a non-cop out answer?
That's not a cop out answer. That's me knowing my friend.
Do you know any games on the PlayStation or a PlayStation console? Let's go with that. PlayStation. What game characters are on PlayStation?
Game characters?
Yeah. I'll let you know if you're right or wrong.
I don't know. The only game I played on the PlayStation 2 was Hack, Catherine, and Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
Ooh,
So,
that's a good one.
of those three, what would you
Yeah.
recommend to me?
Probably Catherine.
Okay. Well, you were close. It's on the PS3, but I'll take it.
All right.
You should play Metal Gear Solid 3. Just kidding. I think you should play Persona 3, I guess.
It doesn't have to be on the PlayStation 2, right? It could just be a PlayStation 2 game. Or is that the
Which
wrong
PS2 game, he said.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then play some Prince of Persia, man. Play Sands of Time or
That'd be cool.
those. Those are good games.
I've finished all three of those. Those are games. I played them. I started on The Warrior Within, though. Interestingly.
That one's
enough.
iffy.
You got to
It's
find
hard
that
to go
first.
back to Sands of Time, though.
I bet.
That was tricky. My backlog of PS2 games. So that's the console I accessed the most when I was selling or getting rid of games. I brought a ton to the laundry room. So I have 4 games left in my PS2 library, 3 of which were gifts. Those 3 gifts are Ratchet and Clank, and then Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, and then Castlevania Lament of Innocence. And the only one I kept for myself out of my own personal collection was the Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Survivor, Digital Devil Summoner, I think
Saga?
it is. Saga, that's close.
Soccer?
S word. Soccer, that'd be cool. Fucking balls with demons.
Digital
No.
Digital Devil Soccer.
Kind of surprised that hasn't
Oh.
happened, honestly.
Jack Frost used field goal. Wait, that's football. So of those 4, I think probably the most attainable for me is Ratchet and Clank. I've actually tried it a little bit before and I enjoyed it, but it's just the hardware. I do have an upscaler now, but the controller's still booty, so not the good kind. I don't know. I don't know. Ratchet and Clank. There you go, Terry.
Next question is from TurboZone.
Turbo.
Turbo.
He asks, and this is for everyone who isn't Teddy. In honor of Teddy Month, what is the funniest Teddy quote from the Button Mappers podcast? Good Lord. How do you pick one?
Do you know anything? Anything I've said on the show?
Now, Brian actually answered the comment in a comment, and he stole my original answer, so now I have to think of a different one.
Turtles are
What
the
did
new
Brian
sex.
put?
Turtles are the new sex.
This is one of my favorite things you said. That was a recent one. I love turtles are the new sex. Turtles are the new sex.
There's so many.
I loved one of the really early episodes. Teddy confused the MSX with the MSG, and that never ceases to make me laugh.
I remember. I think it was the first time he said this, but we were in the Q&A, like the really long one, and he said, "I'm just dicking around."
Oh yeah, just dicking around.
But he also did and I think you two did a Pokemon episode before. I think it was before I was even on, and you guys were talking about Pokemon like top 10 dead Pokemon or something like that.
Oh yeah, which
And he just goes, yeah.
Pokemon dead or alive?
Yeah, talk to Pokemon dead or alive. And he goes, yeah. I was like,
And Alex is like, Teddy. That's golden. Who came up with Pidgey-Pops?
I don't
I
know
think
how.
it's just a team effort.
Yeah, I don't remember the creation of Pidgey-Pops. That just don't happen.
I like your taste like a chicken. That's
Tastes like a chicken.
fucking good. And then for Spencer, pick a Spencer moment. Hey, there's a captain on this ship, and he wants some kid to rub his back. Name that episode, Spencer.
Pokemon Yellow? Or Pokemon Gen 1?
Yeah, Gen 1. Yeah.
Excellent.
I don't know. I love your delivery of that line.
Well, speaking of delivery, BioPhoenix is next. His question is, what is a video game that makes you hungry and want to cook food?
It's not delivery, it's a giorno.
DeBio.
I have an actual answer, but I can't remember. There was a game. I need to think for a second because there was a game recently that like the food actually looked amazing, and I was like, I want to eat this. And I can't remember what it was.
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
I've just allocated myself the privilege of going because it's my month. Surprise, surprise. Breath of the Wild has kind of encouraged me to be a bit more risky with my cooking. Breath of the Wild is like you just fire up the pot, you can just throw fucking bones and bat wings in there, and I'm like, I look at shit in the fridge and I go like, yeah, let's throw a fucking tomato and onions and zucchini strips and throw some sausage and tomato sauce and then cook up some pasta. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. But it intrigues me in cooking.
Can we
This makes a lot of sense.
can we get confirmation that it works out?
Yes.
That was a long pause.
I've been on a bad streak lately where it's like 5 out of 7 days I'll order out or will order out. So I understand the pause. Would I cook? Oh, do I cook?
Yeah. Yeah, I can confirm.
Ted cooks
He does cook.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I make a mean sandwich. How about that?
Best sandwiches ever.
I remember my game. If you want to go.
Okay.
So the Resident Evil games recently have had they've been using their Resident Evil engine, and they've been really realistic. And the beginning of the Resident Evil 2 remake, there's a trucker. This is what I was trying to think of. Trucker driving down the highway on his way to Raccoon City, and he's holding his hamburger. He's eating his hamburger, and it looks like the best fucking hamburger I've ever seen. And every time I start up that game and start a new file and try to play it, and I see that hamburger, I'm like, damn, I just really want a hamburger now.
Yes.
Nice.
Mine is
Love a good burger.
Ninja Turtles. Because whenever they have pizza, it always looks fucking amazing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like the stringy
You're right,
cheese.
you're
It's
right.
yeah, the cleanest, stringiest cheese, and just 3 pepperonis or whatever, and they're just tearing into it. I always,
It's true.
yeah, that always looks great.
It always does That's true.
You got one, babe?
Genshin Impact. Yeah. The food in that game always looks good. Delicious. Delicioso. Yeah.
Do you guys know about Genshin?
I know I know of it. There we go.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, JD really likes that game. I haven't put much time in it though.
Yeah.
Is he
I
a
feel
fan of the
like
show?
it's I don't know. Some people are really into it, like me, and then it's a toss up for others. Yeah.
It was dubbed Breath of the Waifu when
Whoa.
she's
Yeah.
playing it.
I used to call that in like my stream announcements. Playing Breath of the Waifu today. Come on, y'all.
Is it like a online game?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually don't really know because I've never played it without Wi-Fi. I think it is online. It's PC, but you can play it on Switch and PlayStation too.
And mobile, right?
And your phone. Yeah. Yeah.
What about my Game Boy?
Nah, man.
Oh man.
Unfortunately.
Get with the times.
You can play Shantae.
Close enough.
Thanks for the question, Bio.
Thanks, Bio.
Brian, aka I Got Kings, has a question. The PS2 has a ton of games. At this moment, what is the one game you want to play on it the most that you have not played before? Also, why? He put those periods in there deliberately, so that's why I paused.
Did he change his question? Is there like a? I thought he like changed it in the comments.
So
Did he change it below?
I gave him
Yeah,
an
look at
angry comment saying this is not a Teddy month question, and then he gave a reply, and the reply is basically my table topics from 2 years ago. So we can just stick with this.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I don't blame you, Brian. I don't expect you to have my table topics memorized or anything. Next time, I'll just keep my mouth shut.
What was the question again? PS2 something?
PS2 has a ton of
What's the
games.
game you really want to play? Yeah.
Why?
It's the
Why
same
are
question
there?
as Terry's,
Why is
right?
there another PS2 question? Why is there a reason? They're asking you about PS2 all the time.
I don't think Brian. I think Brian was just being like, Brian's oblivious. Terry knows.
But it's so specific.
See, I think what happened is he heard, oh, it's Teddy month, and then he saw Terry ask the question about PS2. So he goes, oh, maybe Teddy likes the PS2 or something. And in which case, fine. Maybe you don't remember during the Castlevania Curse of Darkness review that I told you, fuck that system. But nevertheless, so I don't listen. If you guys want to answer, you can answer it.
Don't blame Brian. I don't think Brian remembers
No.
that.
I
Brian
don't.
Brian always thinks my channel's named after the Turbo Graphics, even though I keep telling him I've never played a Turbo Graphics, and he always says like, "Isn't your channel named after Turbo Graphics?" And he calls Turbo Dojo Turbo Duo, and I correct him all the time. So no, he doesn't remember anything.
Terry gets away with it because we always go back and forth about it, and so it's kind of like a funny comment or funny question coming from Terry. Brian, it doesn't work for you. I'm sorry.
Well,
But
Brian,
I'll tell you what N64 game I would play that I haven't played.
there you go.
My month, so I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to your question. Bangai-O.
Ooh,
That's a hard to come by game. I think when I looked at it 5-6 years ago, it was a $200 cartridge. But it's got to be worth it for something. I think it was a Japanese only game. And it's in that shooter genre. But I played the DS one. The DS one's weird. But I think the 64 one was a lot of people's. They really liked it.
the
Mech
Dreamcast
game.
version. The Dreamcast version's cool.
I think Brian.
I'm remembering it. Does it even exist?
I think
Somebody
Brian
verify me on
should deserve a pass on the whole forgetting thing. I mean, when you're 90 years old, if you can remember anything like that,
Gaming Grandpa, Brian.
it's a Smash
Keep him
Bros.
off for
character.
Grant month.
Yeah. Alex, do you got one for this?
No.
Yeah. I
A
don't know.
PS2 game.
I don't know if I do either. I think I played the PS2 game I want to play.
We have our first question fail. I love you, Brian. Better luck next time. But you got something good for Dad Month, though. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, you know what? Out of curiosity, because I saw you play it, Brian, I wouldn't mind popping in Dragon Quest V just to take a look, mess around with it.
Oh, are we going for any game? No.
I'm reaching. I don't know.
Oh, well, there's a bunch of Saturn games, so just pick a Saturn game.
Oh no! Well,
there we
Dragon
go.
Quest V was on PS. They released it on PS2, but in Japan. So I was just saying.
Oh,
mess
well,
around with
they
it.
released Panzer Dragoon on PS2. That's true. In Japan.
Sega Ages, that's right. Yeah.
There you go. Cool.
Ooh, Thunder Force 6. I have an actual answer. There you go.
Any PlayStation games you're interested in, Chantal?
I think I got the Chain of Memories from my dad a long time ago for PS2. Never played it because I didn't finish the first one. So I didn't finish this. Oh, Chain of Memories came in between 1 and 2, right? I think. Yeah. So I never played it. So that's like the one game I would play.
Should I give her a quiz question? So stop. So
right.
between Alex and Spencer, they have one of them likes Kingdom Hearts and the other does not. Can you guess who feels which way about it?
Oh, okay. I think Alex likes Kingdom Hearts and Spencer detests it.
You
Right?
got it.
All right.
Yeah.
I figured. I know Alex likes anime, so I figured he might like it.
True. And I will warn you, if you ever do play the PS2 version of Chain of Memories, which is Chain of Memories, I will commend you if you can beat it. I beat it, but the final battle, no joke, like took me maybe a week because
Wow. Holy
the game
shit.
is not easy.
Wow. Okay. Sounds like a big hurdle for me.
It's not easy, and it's not worth it. Next question we have.
No, it's also not worth
Definitely
it. I will say
worth
that.
it.
Hey, don't underestimate her though. She put 70 hours into Ni no Kuni too. You should see this one boss that she took down. She probably spent like 3 hours on this thing.
I
This is
did.
incredible. Did
I
she
had
beat
like
the
no
fucker?
items. I kept dying, but I won eventually.
Ni no
Nice.
Kuni 2 sounds like it's a competent game though.
I
Chain of
love that
Memories is they took the gameplay of the Game Boy Advance version of Chain of Memories, which is just a card game,
Oh.
and they slapped it in the engine for Kingdom Hearts 1, which is a 3D action game. So
Yeah,
you're playing a card game and a 3D action game at the same time.
Ew.
Yeah, no,
Doesn't sound good.
it's not great.
Wow.
I did
But
it,
you
though.
finished anyway. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Majority, he asks, what is the first game you think of when you think of me? Majority, of course, is Teddy.
Hey,
Ooh.
it's me, Majority.
I mean, it has to be Majora's Mask. That's my pick.
It goes to Hollywood.
It's a throwback.
Yeah. Mine's Ocarina of Time.
Now, why Ocarina, not Majora's Mask?
Because
That goes to
Ocarina
Hollywood.
of Time is one of the first games he played with his dad. That's how he got into gaming.
Makes sense.
Actually,
Yeah.
they added Pokemon Snap to the N64 Switch servers recently, and I was like, the first time I saw that, I was like, I thought of Teddy because Teddy's doing his Snap thing. now.
Snapping. Yeah. That's a good one.
I want to be like, you're all wrong, but you're all right. So.
Oh, wait, I was going to ask you, what did you think the answer was supposed to be?
No, I thought you could have picked anything. I mean, I think Majora's Mask is kind of like, I think that's I don't know if it's an obvious pick because I don't talk about it as much as I talk about Ocarina. Pink Goes to Hollywood, that's a good throwback. Like, that was one of Alex and I's first jokes when, like, we weren't even doing the button mappers. We were just collabing on his channel. And then Ocarina is kind of pivotal in a similar sense as Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask hit kind of dark, and then Pokemon Snap. You know, that's the game that my dad and I played together. But we did. He gave me Ocarina the same day, so I understand the confusion there. As far as like other games I think of, I mean, Dragon Quest Monsters is kind of like I bring it up a lot. I think SMT4, I feel like I talk about that a lot. And then maybe a Pokemon game, although which I don't know.
Darius is another one I always think of. You're like the only Darius fan I know.
Raiden? Oh, yeah, that's true. I did talk about that one. I played the other Darius. I have we played the co-op one on PS4.
Mm.
Cool.
That's it for questions. Now, I guess that's the end of game. Just kidding. Now's the part of game talk. I had you
Fake
guys.
out never gets old.
I should know.
Now's the real video begins, where we talk about games that we played in honor of Teddy. They're games that we think of Teddy when we. I guess it's the answer from a couple questions ago, but we're gonna talk about games that remind us of Teddy or make us we think Teddy should play. Who wants to go first? We usually let the guests go first, or what's that?
Yeah, you ready to go? Can we go together?
Me?
Yeah, we're gonna go together as a team.
All right.
Cool. All right, you want to tell them what we're playing?
Oh, I thought we were talking about you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since I'm playing together with the Tedzers over here, we are playing Nintendo Switch Sports.
Sport up, guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Strike.
I don't think that sport's accounted for, but we do have 6 sports. You want to tell them the ones you remember? I'll help you out a little bit.
We got badminton, tennis, bowling. You're right. Some Ken, not Ken.
Chanbara.
Chambara.
Yeah.
Ken is sword in Japanese. I got them switched up in my mind. But Chambara is like a sword sport.
Like a fencing?
Volleyball. I don't really. Okay, so the gameplay is really not like fencing at all. It's more like sword play, but you use something that kind of looks like a wooden sword, kind of. It's pretty thick, and you're like sparring basically. It's a lot of fun though. I don't know where it originates from, but it's really fun to play. And Ted kicked my ass in that game.
It's okay.
Really
She's the
tried
pro
to win.
bowler. I don't know where she gets it from.
I get a higher score in Nintendo Sports Bowling than I get in actual bowling.
Oh.
Yeah.
There were 2 more sports, volleyball and soccer. Soccer, there's a attachment for, but you could play them with 2 Joy-Cons. So we played 5 of the 6. Soccer is too complicated. Like, we had another set of Joy-Cons, so that's the only one we didn't really mess with. But I think we could just kind of go down the list. Start with bowling. How did you feel about the bowling?
Bowling was awesome. Well, before we start talking the sports, I did want to mention that I really like how you can customize your avatar, and you get like a name that you can choose. They give you a list of adjectives and words to choose from, and my name is Extreme Dad. And I have a
Oh my!
beard.
That's mine.
That
I'm
is
sorry.
yours!
I bought my mom
Oh
this
my
game,
God.
and I played it with her, and my name was also Extreme Dad. 'Cause I thought it was hilarious. By the way, can't you get a strike in bowling? Not wrong.
What?
Yeah,
Moving
fair enough.
on.
You're right. I'll grant you that. You are
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. She has a beard. Okay?
Oh,
and
that's
every time we
Ted doesn't
play,
like it.
it's like she looks exactly the same, except the beard. And I'm
Uh-oh.
just like, can you just take off
He
the
hates
beard?
the beard. I love it. I'm Extreme Dad. Extreme Dad has a beard.
You could be extreme dad, but the beard, look at you. I shave for you. Like, I think you should shave for me.
No,
it's just reciprocal.
It stays.
It's the wrong
It
month.
stays.
This month is Dad month.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have the option to use like a 3D version avatar. You know, the graphics look more up to date, but you can also use like the me. You know, the Wii Me.
Still me's, yeah.
Yeah, you can still use that version. That's the one that Ted uses.
Mm.
It's really jarring because like when you're playing the actual sport, every other avatar is like the modern one, and then Ted is like the only like blocky me on the court.
Yeah, because like
Wait,
like all the sportsmates look like Animal Crossing type characters almost.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Animal Crossing. They have the nose and like the facial structure.
Yeah, kind of like cutie style. Yeah, but it's fun.
It suits you, but we got to come to a compromise on the beard. And you know what? It's the bowling thing because you always get the close-ups, and I'm just like, I I got to do 10 rounds of this.
You can really see the fabulous beard I'm growing out and taken care of. Yeah. Yeah, but bowling is great. When I bowl in real life, I think I get like a 50 or a 72 high score, but in not
Switch.
Nintendo Sports,
Yeah.
I get like a 152 or something. It's
Dang.
like double my score. Yeah. It's really fun. Get the knack for it. And they encourage you to do movements that's like actual bowling, which is fun too. I do work up a sweat. But I sweat easily, yeah, that may be a thing, but like, yeah. It works as light exercise. If for people who don't like to leave the house, like me,
Sure. Yeah.
you can do some Nintendo sports. Yeah, man.
I think she nailed it on the bowling. I could talk about a few of the other ones. I think Chambar is probably the other most interesting one because it's different.
Yeah.
I think that the like Wii Sports Resort had something like it. This is essentially a ring out type of fencing style game where you just gotta like whack the other person. You can hold it back to block. And if you get blocked, you actually get dazed for a second, and that can screw you up. You can get kind of double or triple hit.
Yeah.
The way that you block is really interesting, though, because when you're doing the tutorial, like it starts you off, and then you don't have to do it ever again. They suggest that you hit in the same direction even as the person is blocking. So if like the sword, I guess we would call it, is like facing up, and you hit them directly on, it'll still bounce them back. It's very
Yeah.
strange. I didn't understand the rationale behind that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's a little hard to get a knack of it because when you're actually sparring, it goes by so quick, and the next thing you know, you're falling out of the ring and you're in the water. But it's a lot of fun. So usually, how it works when you're sparring, if your opponent is like holding their sword horizontally, you'd want to like whack them horizontally. Which is strange, but it's like the opposite when you're attacking. Yeah, they like switch it up. I can't remember exactly how it was, but for you,
Oh, diagonals. Like you had to go the opposite diagonal or something.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really fun, especially if you lose, because you just want to get better at it and kick your opponent's ass. And because it goes by so quickly, it feels like an actual like sparring match with swords. I'm like, yeah, sword master, gotta start my training arc. Oh, and also you can use like twin swords too if you have two
The double
Joy-Cons.
Joy-Cons, yeah.
Like double swords. Hell yeah. Oh, they also have like a charge mode. I haven't used that mode yet, but apparently you can like charge up your strength and release like super upper awesome attack, which is really cool. It's like you became an anime character or something. Yeah.
You said
Tennis.
Did she say something about like? Oh, okay. Oh,
You can go if you want.
okay. She said like sword training arc.
My training arc. Yeah.
Is that like an
okay,
anime
Spencer, are you-
equivalent of like a
doing it again.
montage?
Well, kind of, yeah. Usually in those like action, fantasy type animes, they have a training arc where they're like, doing hardcore sparring, battling, all that stuff until they get like super strong and then meet their next opponent, which in my case will still be Ted. And then once I defeat him, I'm moving on to the bigger stage.
The global-
Online play.
Yeah, the globe. Well, in Japan. The real anime training arcs are.
Yeah, some
Spencer,
12-year-old.
just think you at the gym.
Yeah. Gotta defeat that 12-year-old on a different continent.
Exactly, Spencer at the gym. Got to beat that 12-year-old. So, tennis is intense, and badminton was okay. And the volleyball is kind of
I
fun.
like volleyball a lot.
Volleyball is probably the easiest to kind of finesse. It's just the bump set spike, and that's from the Wii era too. I feel like. Yeah, the computers didn't stand a chance, but the tennis was tough. Either because we kept hitting it out, or
Yeah.
it would like double bounce and like I don't know, but like we had an epic comeback. We were down like
We
0-40, and then we ended up winning the match.
Then we won
Yeah.
against Kentaro and his Graham. I don't remember.
Yeah, we were fighting like a Japanese avatar, and then like a
Some
grandma. Yeah.
And they're whooping our ass.
And this is
They
online?
were CPUs.
Oh,
No,
CPU.
No, it was a CPU.
but the character choice was fascinating. I didn't
Yeah, it's
understand.
Yeah,
And sadly, we didn't get to try soccer, but I don't know.
not yet. Yeah, we will one of these days. If you guys ever played Ring Fit Adventure, it comes with like this strap that you gotta put on your leg and put the Joy-Con in, and that's what you need for the soccer portion. So
Well,
Yeah.
you can actually play soccer without the strap, and it plays. You just use the sticks and stuff, and it plays fine.
really,
I've tried it.
Wow,
The,
okay.
the mode right now with the strap. They're gonna add a mode later where you can use the strap in the normal mode. The mode with the strap is a skill shot mode, and it is
Ah.
not good. I cannot get it to work
Oh,
correctly.
okay.
Yeah, it was not reading my movements, and I tried many different ways to get it to read it, and it wouldn't.
I see.
I would recommend if you guys haven't played online, because you can play online together, is to go for the bowling mode because you can bowl against 100 other people, and it's so much
Wow.
fun.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Gotta move on up. Gotta get in the ranks.
You got a competitive score. I mean, you could do it. Me? I still gotta get my shot down.
I don't know what these like crazy skills bowlers gonna be like.
You could do some fancy stuff though. Like I was messing with it, and you can actually get some real curve on the ball.
Yeah, he was curving all the time, but that's why he got a low score, because he kept curving the ball.
I had some impressive shots though, but not all of them.
And plus, if you guys play online, you unlock different stuff for your avatars. So
Yeah, which I really want. I want to upgrade my dad beard.
This is.
You want to go grizzly?
Volleyball was a lot of fun though.
Thankfully, it's only the beard, so like I can, you know, aim my kisses high.
You said volleyball was all right?
Yeah, so the game encourages you to make movements and stances that are similar to the actual game. I kind of find myself jumping when I'm spiking. You don't have to, but I do.
Oh, like in
and-
real life, you're jumping?
Yeah, like yeah, it's fun. Yeah, and then with the what do you call that thing when I forget what it's called, when the ball kind of like bounces off your forearm.
That's the bump.
Bump.
Bump set spike.
yeah,
That's what the
Ah,
moves are.
yeah. So, like, I mean, I think in actuality, you don't have to take the same stance as when you're playing volleyball in real life and, like, putting your forearms together. But I find it fun to do that. To do the actual stance because it feels like you're really playing the game. Yeah, I think volleyball works up the most sweat for me because I'm, like, jumping around the room. Yeah, but it's really fun. I think like probably bowling, volleyball, and chambara is my favorite.
If you had to pick one,
Man.
what's the best?
Bowling because I rock. Yeah.
She likes the games where she wins.
What about you,
Who
Teddy?
doesn't?
I like the bowling too, and I suck at it, so you know. It's just fun. It's just I think of it is kind of like really a close approximation. Gunbar will be a close second. It's fun, but at the end of the day, it's just kind of like whacking the screen.
Yeah.
So,
I love it.
they're adding
What
golf
about you?
in the fall.
Ooh.
So, do
I
you
don't-
guys plan to return for golf?
Yeah.
Me, no. I never liked the Wii golf. I thought it was the worst
You never
mechanically.
know. It could be good. Should try it.
It's just hard mechanically to like line it up. So we could try it, but I'm just traumatized by the Wii one. I would always choose Mario Golf over the Wii Golf.
To be fair, the Wii Golf was like 2006.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
Wii Bowling was also 2006.
That's true.
And that was
That's true.
pretty competent. Time will tell. I don't think I played any good Wii golf games.
Even Camelot, they made one called We Love Golf, and it was like okay.
We'll see. Yeah, I'm willing to try it out. Also willing to take you on, Alex.
2v2. Let's do a bowling night.
Yeah, man. Sounds fun.
You may need a couple anime charge up arcs
Yeah,
to get to
I'm gonna
Alex's
have to-
level.
yeah.
It's alright.
You need
It's
to go through
more
the Alex
fun
arc.
if you battle against someone strong.
Alex is the season 3 baddie.
Oh no! I'm still in season 1.
I
Yeah.
thought
I'll
your
get
beard was
there.
bad. Wait till you see his.
Yeah.
The scene opens with Spencer like bumping a volleyball, then the ball just flies back and like hits him in the face, and it's me. The smoke clears. It's me with the volleyball.
Pathetic.
Final boss.
Okay, that's what we had for Switch Sports. Thanks for
Thanks,
indulging us.
guys.
Ooh.
Good job, babe.
Teddy, who's going next?
Let's have Spencer go.
Okay, well, in honor of Teddy Month, and in honor of my girlfriend getting me a cool gift, I am playing Dragon Quest IX, and it is the only Dragon Quest I haven't played, like the canonical ones, that I haven't played to the completion. That isn't 10 because 10 isn't 10's over there across the pond, but it's on the DS, and it's by Level 5, who did 8. And if anybody knows me, I love Dragon Quest, and I know Teddy knows and Teddy loves Dragon Quest. We're the Dragon Quest crew. I think it's safe to say, and it's really, really a great little game. It plays like any Dragon Quest. You're just a young character usually, and you venture out into the world. In this one, you're an angel, whatever they're, the celestial. And you lose your wings and you become a person, and it's your job to find your way back up into the sky, and you do it through helping people down on the planet below. In playing it now, after going through some of the other Dragon Quests that we've done, I think it plays a lot like Dragon Quest 3, with Level 5's touch of 8's like leveling system. So very early on, you can recruit party members to help you, and you can recruit up to 3, and you go through the game with those party members and just level them up as whatever they are, like their jobs. And I'm not super far, so I don't have necessarily some of the bigger details, and I know it's going to get more complicated, but you just level up. If you're a fighter, you can level up your different weapons that you can do. Just it takes a leveling system of 8, which I really like. I like the way they do it, where you put points in either like a certain weapon that you like, or just a general skill that you want to have, and it lets you be the class that you really want instead of just the class of a warrior or something. So I really like that. Now, what's interesting about this game is that it's actually meant to be played as a multiplayer game. You are by yourself, and you're supposed to play online with other people, and it was a really unique idea, and it hadn't really been done in Dragon Quest at the time. Of course, the next game in the series, Dragon Quest X, which is only in Japan, was actually an MMORPG that they tried to get to work, which I'm sure it worked great over there. I've played a little bit of it over here. I have a translation going. It's just not really the same. I have my own issues with that, but I could talk about that some other time. As Dragon Quest IX, I really admire that they tried to get all of the striving improvements that they did with 8 onto the DS. My only complaint is graphical. Dragon Quest 8, if you guys have seen it, it takes this really cool cel-shaded art style and makes it just pop. And it's one of the games, I know you're talking about the PS2 doesn't generally look good. Dragon Quest 8 looks amazing and still does. It kind of has that Wind Waker effect where they took, what works, which is like that really cartoony style, and now it just transcends time. You can play it anytime, and it just always looks beautiful. Dragon Quest VIII did that too. Ironically, I feel like Level 5 tried to hit that on the DS, and it's the exact opposite. It actually looks really bad, like quite often, because the characters don't have a roundness to them. They're still one-dimensional, even though it's supposed to be in a 3D world. So when they turn, then the camera's turning around them. Their portraits kind of like shift awkwardly into the next camera frame. Some people aren't into visuals. I really do think visuals are part of the Dragon Quest charm, and it's a detriment for sure. And I'm playing on original hardware. I mean, I guess I'm not because I'm playing on my 3D or 2DS XL, but I am playing with a cartridge. So it theoretically, I'm playing it the way it's meant to be, and it has slowdown as well. So a little disappointed by some of those features, and I'm early, so if it gets any more complicated, it's probably just gonna get worse. So that's kind of a letdown. But as far as the gameplay goes, it's absolutely phenomenal. It does a lot of really cool things. Like if you attack the same enemy with multiple characters, you actually get a damage multiplier. So there's some strategy in how you organize it and how you actually deal with agility, which most games don't even give a shit about agility, although it's there. But it's just they went first, I guess. But it's a really, really fun game. My only concern, besides the graphics, would be that going forward, it doesn't yet have a strong, push forward. And I know that was one of Alex's complaints, and usually I don't mind. But in this game, there's literally nothing. Like the only point is to collect, do more good deeds so you can go up into the sky. But that isn't really like a story. That's here's your reason to keep to do quests. But it's not like I have to reach this place because of this. It's very seems artificial so far, and that's a concern of mine. But I'm gonna keep playing because it's super fun, and I just love the classes. But that's my little spiel on Dragon Quest IX.
Nice.
Your take on the graphics reminds me of of Zelda. How Wind Waker looks so beautiful, and then you move over to Phantom Hourglass, and it looks like somebody sat on the game.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. You're like, this is a little bit Wind Waker.
It's especially rough now because you have the context of the 3DS Dragon Quest 7 and 8 with their super touched up, polished remasters. I mean, I think 8 on 3DS, I think there's some debate about PS2 versus 3DS look, but it's I think it's pretty damn impressive. 7 was really good. You could probably argue it could have used some touch ups, but to go back to that DS era of the polygons must have been tough. You said it's meant to be played kind of in a collaborative kind of setting. Did you ever see the commercial with what's Dr. Evil's son's name?
Oh,
the actor?
Shit. Seth Green?
Yeah. He did a commercial for Dragon Quest IX. Super random.
Guys, I have an extra ticket to the concert tonight. Take me, dude. Take me.
Oh, choices, right? In Dragon Quest IX, I had to choose between a martial artist and a warrior to take into battle with me. I chose a warrior. Who will you choose? Decisions.
But he was at a McDonald's or something and connecting with people playing it. How detrimental is it that that kind of aspect is not as easily accessible?
I think it might be a cultural thing. I don't know how well it would work to have this game be multiplayer here in America, and I'm sure it didn't do great as far as that goes. I would love to play it with you. That would be freaking amazing. But at the same time, it's also the way I see it, it seems like it would just be a hell of a lot easier to use the AI companions and just either give them instructions or just, outright guide them on what to do on every attack. I don't necessarily see the benefit of having multiplayer. It kind of reminds me of 4 and more 4. Remember we were playing 4 and it's you can use the Wi-Fi to go to other people's worlds and do stuff. It's just a feature that you notice is there, and it reminds you occasionally that it's there. It's like,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I guess I
Just
won't
like
be
a
doing
street
that.
pass thing.
Yeah.
It's not like game breaking. Gotcha.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
you can still function fully without it, but I even wonder just how well it would play with it. Like it seems like it would
Yeah.
be kind of a burden, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think some games that we've played since have like done the multiplayer thing maybe a little better. Like I think of like even Triforce Heroes, arguably for as stupid as it was, like I guess just that system of like like you do have some purpose in playing with people online. It really does lead me to some questions though about this game because it feels like every other Dragon Quest game, the purpose and the story and just the quest is pretty damn clear. Even 11, which has a lot, like it's pretty straightforward. But I always wonder, like, what's the point of 9? Like, you're Celestials, you got these angel wings, but like, what are you doing? It's just taking down the Demon Lord, but it's just couched in that. Is it like, because I feel like there's more significance to the other Dragon Quests, but I also I've never really played 9, so.
Yeah, that's my concern. Is it? I mean, it starts off. It's clear in what the end goal is to get back because you've lost your wings. So you have to do good deeds, and there's more stuff to it than that. But you have to do good deeds to find your way back. I assume because a lot of Dragon Quests start off pretty slow. 7 famously doesn't really get started for like 10 hours or however long, like 4, whatever it is. But I'm assuming at some point there's going to be a connecting thread where it's like, this is what's been causing, because there was an earthquake. This is what's been causing the earthquake. And then you're going to be like, oh, okay, that's really like the bad guy, and that's where it's going to go. Haven't hit it yet, and I've done 2 towns. But maybe, I'm hoping. And people really like it online, so I'm just going to assume that it's there and just keep chugging away. But I could see how somebody that hasn't played it really or isn't familiar with Dragon Quest would just be like, it's got a cool concept, but I have no idea why I would keep playing. So,
yeah.
And I also get why they would do it that way, because if it was meant for online play, you wouldn't necessarily want to have like this super engaging story that you would just like hop into somebody's game and like take over for. So I can sort of see it both ways. I'm just hoping that doesn't guide the entire game, that it's just going to be one quest after the other.
Yeah, the idea of a multiplayer RPG, I don't know, it's kind of a turn off for me. If there's something that like I take it 9 is as long as like, the other games.
I think so. Let me check real quick.
There's a guidebook for it. It's as big as Hyrule Historia.
Oh lord. Oh no.
It's also Prima Guides. It's the same guys that did the shitty Final Fantasy guide.
Hopefully there's no timeline in there.
Yeah, it's a 50-hour game.
Damn. Yeah, see, that's a lot for our co-op experience too.
Yeah, I
I
couldn't
feel like actually wanting to sit down
I
and play
couldn't-
through it together.
I couldn't fathom doing that.
How would
Yeah.
it work? Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's just before its time too, because like I mean, at that time, like who was really using DS Wi-Fi? Like some people may have tried like Mario Kart matches, but I feel like until the 3DS came along, like that feature was never like as well implemented.
Like
It wasn't
Pokemon,
full-
maybe.
like- yeah, maybe. Like Black and White had its like online features, but I don't know.
Diamond and Pearl had online stuff too. What I recall. I didn't use it much though.
I think I wanted to try back in the day because like I was big into the Pokemon, but like it was too like my DS would not connect to the router at home. It's like I didn't like McDonald's when I was a kid, so like that was the only like fast food branch that would have the Wi-Fi enabled.
Yeah.
And so I was always like, I guess I'll just sacrifice this feature.
Or you can go get a Big Mac.
Well, teenage me wouldn't. 30-year-old me, maybe. Good choice, Spencer.
Thank you. It's a game I know you'll be playing.
Give it a couple of years.
I guess
That
it's
leaves
my
you,
turn.
Alex.
It's my turn. So I put a lot of thought into this, and I loaded up my PS2, and I'm just kidding. No, I didn't. No, actually, yeah, I put a lot of thought into this game because I was trying to pick something that reminded me of Teddy. That was our goal. But I also was thinking about when this episode was coming out, which again is a day before my birthday. So I thought about games that Teddy's gotten me for my birthday.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I booted up my Sega Saturn, my Japanese Sega Saturn. I have two, and I put in Burning Rangers. It's a game by that Teddy got me a couple years ago. It's probably my favorite gift Teddy's ever gotten me. I loaded up Burning Rangers. It's a game by Sonic Team. Was partially whatever. Yuji Naka came up with the premise of the game. He wanted to make a 3D action game that was revolved around saving people rather than killing things, because I guess that was the thing at the time. Most 3D action games were about killing and violence. And Burning Rangers, there's almost no violence. You're basically space firefighters. It's a basic 4-stage game, kind of like Knights or something, where it's short, but it's like score based, so it influences you to go back through and try to get higher scores and such. Each of the levels, you go through a different type of like scientific lab or like space facility or something, and usually the place is on fire, and you have to go through and try to save civilians trapped in the facilities. And the causes for the events are usually man-made, but not like on purpose. There's no like ill will. It's usually just people trying to progress science and in some way, and it gets out of hand. And that's when the Burning Rangers come in to save the day, put out the fires, save the people, and solve the issues. It is a 4-stage game. Surprisingly good for a 3D game on the Sega Saturn. A lot of 3D action games at this time, especially ones that don't have analog sticks, I find play like garbage. Games like the original Tomb Raider or even like Resident Evil 1 feel like clunky. I didn't really find that with Burning Rangers. There was a bit of an adjustment with the camera where you have to use the shoulder buttons to kind of move the camera from side to side. But once you get that done, it's really not that hard to adjust to playing the game. Each stage you go in, there are different fires you have to put out. You can only let a certain amount of fire fill the area before the area will explode. So you have a little gauge that shows like a certain percentage. So if you just run through and ignore all the fires, it's going to go up and the place is going to blow. So you don't want to do that. You want to stop and put out the fires. There's red fires, which are like normal fires, blue fires, which are very hard to put out, and then green fires, which will actually shoot little fireballs at you. So you have to watch out. And then throughout the different facilities, there's also like robots that have gone awry that will try to attack you. Those are like really the only like enemies, and you also blow them up. I have the Japanese copy because Teddy got me the Japanese copy because the American one is very expensive because this game was released in '98, like right before the Dreamcast was coming out. So here in here in America, Sega had just abandoned the Saturn by that point. So getting the American version is very hard. So I will read the story off of the Wikipedia article because I didn't get to really experience the story for myself playing in Japanese. It's all in Japanese. Burning Rangers takes place on a futuristic Earth where the only threat to human life is from fires. Whoa. A team of firefighters called Burning Rangers are dispatched to emergency incidents to fight fire and rescue people in danger. The player is given choice between 2 playable characters. There's a boy named Xiao and a girl named Tillis. I played as Tillis. She's a little anime girl. The selected character is first taken through whatever. It's just whatever. It's just the telling you stages. So the stages, there's 4 of them, and they're all maybe like 30 minutes to an hour long. I can't really recall like what the first theme was. I think the first stage was just like a laboratory. The second stage is like an aquarium type setting where you actually do some swimming, and the swimming controls are pretty decent for the most part. And you actually get to team up with a dolphin on that stage and ride a little dolphin. That was fun. And the third stage, you're actually in space on the satellite, and certain parts of the stage will go into 0 Gs where you have to fly around with no gravity, or certain parts of the area, the walls will just collapse and try to suck you out of the ship. But you have a jetpack, which is use that for jumping and stuff too. So you can kind of like jump your way out of danger. And then the final area was just they kind of combined a lot of the same ideas together. So you had swimming and zero G sections and stuff, and you fight this big final boss. Again, it was in Japanese, so I can't tell you the context for the story. I just knew I was saving some girl at the end, but I fought the final boss and I won. There's also this really cool segment in the third stage where I guess their like transportation tool they use to rescue people isn't working, and you come across this young boy and you actually carry him on your back, and while you do that you can't attack anything, so you're carrying him on your back and you have to carefully walk your way through this area, like avoiding fires, to get him to an escape pod. And I felt like that was a really intense moment that I really enjoyed playing through. Yeah, it's just a really fun arcadey game that I think only Sonic Team could make, especially Sonic Team of the time, because whenever Yuji Naka was part of Sonic Team, they made a lot of these weirder games like Knights and this and Samba de Amigo and Billy Hatcher and what's the other, Choo Choo Rocket and stuff. So yeah, it's just a really fun, replayable firefighter space game, and I liked it. Thank you, Ted.
Yeah, thanks, Alex.
Nice.
Good choice. I've always been intrigued by Burning Rangers. I don't know. I mean, it's just, the concept is really cool, like a firefighter game. I mean, I guess the closest I could think of is like GTA, and you steal the fire truck. But this one sounds like it's pretty well inspired. Was there any like moment in the game that you felt like really hit home for you? Even if it was with the language barrier?
Yeah. Like I said, like the moment where you get help from the dolphin was really cool, because he like at first when you're in the aquarium area, you find the dolphin in a tank and you can't really get to him, so you kind of ignore it and go around and stuff. And then finally you find your way into the tank, and the dolphin guides you through this maze like underwater, and then you actually get to ride the dolphin for a little bit. And then after each stage there's like anime cutscenes, and even though I didn't know what the hell they were saying, there was a cool cutscene afterwards where you and the dolphin are like or like in the ocean, and like the dolphin's set free and stuff. So that was a really cool moment. I like the moment that I mentioned with the young boy. We had to carry him on your back. It was a really cool moment. And I'm sure I would have liked the story, because there was scenes with like this teenage girl who joins the Burning Rangers at the end. I have no idea who she was or what the context was for that. So I'm sure that would have been cool if I knew what was going on.
It baffles me that like Sega owns like all of these properties, and they just stubbornly keep their Saturn games like in the past. Like, I actually don't have a way to play this. I don't have the Action Replay card or an import model Saturn, so I've never even fathomed being able to play it. What would be your pitch, if you have one, to Sega to remaster or port Burning Rangers to modern systems?
Well, that's easy. I think there's a lot of nostalgia for Saturn right now, because they've done like the Panzer Dragoon remake and the House of the Dead remake and stuff. I don't think they would remake it. I think they just need to port it over, give it a nice, upscale and stuff, and the English voice acting for me, thank you. But I think there's a lot of nostalgia for that era of games right now, so I think it'd be an easy sell, especially on like the Switch or something. I think it's one of the best games on the Saturn. I don't know if I don't know if it's my favorite. I think as it stands, it could use like 2 more stages, because it is over pretty quickly. After you beat it, they do give you a mode where you replay stages, but it's kind of randomized, so like it's kind of roguelike in a way, where like the rooms are all different and the map's all different and stuff. So there is some more playability out of it, but it's just the fact that like I wanted like at least 2 more environments. By the time it was done, I was like, well, I guess that was it. So
Isn't the reason that they don't port the Saturn games because it's like harder to emulate?
Turn right at that door.
yeah, that's usually why. I take it that's why they did a lot of remakes, even though they've ported a few games.
I always heard that. Oh, I emulated like Shining Force 3, I think it was, and I didn't have any issues with it. But maybe I was just literally just one game, so maybe there's a bunch of others that did have it. But that's a shame that there's like a whole library. I guess Dreamcast too, but there's like a whole library that just kind of sits there and just isn't being used for anything. They always go to the Genesis.
Yeah. This game baffles. Well, they've done more Dreamcast, I think, but they've done a few. Like they've brought over like Knights to the modern stuff, and I think like Guardian Heroes and stuff, got brought over. So they've done a few Saturn games. This game also baffles me because it came out in '98, and by that point they already knew the Dreamcast was coming. I guess this was like their last hurrah for the Saturn, which was big in Japan. What wasn't here. But it is sad that like they didn't like port this to the Dreamcast and give it like some improvements, because it is a little rough with the visuals because the Saturn wasn't the most powerful console at the time. So 3D environments, well, I don't think they look bad. There's some areas in the game where it like the final stage is so busy that at some points I was like, can I land on that thing over there? I don't know if I can land on that platform over there or not. It's like it looks like I can't tell for sure. But other than that, like I think the game is really impressive for the Saturn hardware. I did like the fact that there's some really cheesy Sega music. There's some like Daytona style theme song at the beginning where it's like Burning Rangers, and then at the end there's a segment on the last stage where you're flying a spaceship down this tube trying to escape this area and dodge stuff, and it plays this like rap song, and that's in English, and then it plays it again after like this really emotional scene during the credits. It plays the rap again, and I was listening to the lyrics, and there's one lyric that cracked me up, and I forgot what it was exactly, but it was like, they'll give you nightmares like Wes Crave, and I was like, wait, what? Like Wes Craven, like Nightmare on Elm Street? I was like, what the hell? I was like, okay, sure.
See if the facts wrong. They're ready for trouble on this platform, so they're violating, get your back torn. Out of darkness, rise to justice. God to save lives, decide to crisis. This, but into the typhus, blows the combos, started with my fist. Since it seemed never prepared to set to what? The hands to proceed to step to the next phase and to the next stage. Giving nightmares like Wes Crave. So violators, you best make way for real troopers. I don't need you to say.
Yeah. So,
That's pretty bad.
It was a sick rap song. That was awesome. It was like very cheesy 90s, like Japanese, like what they thought like cool rap music was.
I just meant the nightmare. I wouldn't want that.
I did play it on my, like I said, I did play it on my white Japanese Saturn. Teddy also got me the what's it called, the action replay for my American Saturn, but my American Saturn doesn't save right now, so I wanted to be able to see my progress, so I switched over to my Japanese Saturn to play this.
It doesn't save. Oh, does Saturn have built-in memory?
There's a battery. I had to replace the battery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so right now, if I save stuff on my American Saturn, I save it to the card. And so I didn't want to use up more room that I had to on the action replay card. So I switched over to my Japanese Saturn because I could just save internally on that one.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That was my game. It was awesome. I loved it.
Is that game a hidden gem, or do people know about that one?
I think it's... I don't know. I think people know about it, but a lot of the American audience haven't played it because it is like the US version is so expensive.
I'm here to save you.
Like it's not an easy game to come by. So
Hidden gem confirmed.
If you found a game on the Saturn, the hidden gem.
Stay calm.
Yeah.
sure.
Would Metal Jesus, if he just looked at the Saturn library, just freak out? Have to make 50 videos?
I'm sure he has. Oh, well, I don't think he like. I think he's. Yeah, I think he's done it where it's like, this is a game that everybody should play if they can find it, and it's like some like it's a bug or something.
Go Saturn!
Yeah, Burning Rangers, go, go, go.
Cool. Great picks, everybody. I loved it. And I'm looking forward to more Teddy Month content to come. Should be out of the box, let's just say. And also in the comments, let us know which one was your favorite drawing, because I put drawings up for us. Everybody did a drawing for somebody else here.
Yeah, you should put them up one by one so they can get a good look. Yeah.
Okay. I'll remember that in the edit phase, maybe. Okay, thanks everybody. Joining my TED Talk.
Spencer's looking pretty handsome.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Comes out on top.
Now that you say that, I'm gonna assume it's not handsome.
Don't underestimate
The power of a baby.
Not where I was going with that.
It was a dolphin, right?
It was a dolphin, yeah.
Yeah, it was a dolphin.
It's Arrow Fighters too.
Yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic game talk.
Yeah, vintage. A good bottle of wine. If we're talking babies, there's only one that I think of.
Every baby has a dad, so get ready for Dad Month.
Yes.
Dad must.
Even the French wee baby.
That's Spencer.
Dad confirmed. Spencer, can you confirm?
Yes.
So when are you going to start the French Wee Baby channel?
Tuesday.
I'm holding you to this.
This is tomorrow.
I wouldn't.
You didn't say which Tuesday.
Yeah.
You said Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, I'll be typing French Wee Baby into YouTube.
French wee baby where?
Need to know about these French wee hidden gems.
Wee, wah, wah.
Tell me about Mario. That's my French Mario, but it didn't. It was still Italian.
It was very Italian.
It's a me, Mario.
Mario.
Hey, you over there, Mario. Oh, do you like the escargot? Still Italian.
It is, yeah.
What's a French accent? Oh,
don't
the shit.
Baguette.
Mario. No, that's more like Chinese or Japanese.
Let me give it a try. Hey, everybody. It's me, Mario. Oh, shit. Sorry. Wasn't it?
Southern France.
That's Kentucky.
Wee, everybody.
Bonjour, everybody. French way, baby.
Bonjour. Welcome to France.
I didn't say thanks in Franks.
Frank?
Yeah.
France?
France? Ranch?
French.
Ranch
Thanks.
dressing? France dressing?
No, like,
France.
thank you. French dressing is orange. What is thanks in French?
Oh, merci. No, it's please.
Merci, merci.
S'il vous plaît, please.
S'il vous
Merci.
plaît.
I always combine them. I just say merci vous plaît.
Ah! Hyper vitesse! Yeah. That's also French.
Only French word I know is
Hyperspeed.
I surrender.
what is it?
Oh no, that's it. Because we're in America and they surrender all their wars and stuff.
Merci. Yeah.
It sounds like Japanese French.
I don't know. I'm not a French person.
Merci you later.
It's a nightmare like Wes Crave.
We'll link up with Seth Green at McDonald's. Some Dragon Quest action and Popper.
Who are they? Where are they coming from? Risking their own lives. Only one thing we know. They always with us fighting for danger.
Button mappers.
They will never let you down.
Button mappers.
Don't you lose your hopes now. They will wipe out raging fire without